Have you ever been doing something normal, like brushing your teeth or walking home, and out of nowhere, a memory slaps you in the face? Like you're not in your body anymore. You're not here. You are suddenly there. Back in that one moment you forgot you remembered, or you worked so hard not to remember. It happened to me recently. A flashback to my early school days. I don't want to get into the exact details because some things I still want to keep just for me. But the feeling was sharp. Fear, shame, and this deep, cold anger I didn't even know I still had. And that's the thing about trauma. It doesn't just live in your mind. It hides in your body, in smells, in sounds, in ordinary moments that suddenly feel too much. Trauma shapes your personality. I recently discovered that any form of trauma, whether emotional or physical, hugely affects how you think, react, your personality, and mental health. We often think of trauma as a major, obvious event, but sometimes it's not just what happened, it's how it made you feel, and how long that feeling stayed with you. Trauma, especially when experienced young, doesn't always leave clean, full memories. Sometimes it leaves fragments, pieces, like a shaky clip from a broken camera reel. You remember the classroom walls, the shoes you were wearing, the desk you were seated on, your fellow classmates, the teacher's voice, a kid laughing, but not the full story, just pieces, and each piece carries a sting. For a long time, I didn't even realize those fragments were still controlling me, but they were, in my relationships, in how I handled stress, in how I suddenly wanted to disappear when things get too intense. As I got older, I realized just how trauma had limited me. I couldn't focus on my now. I couldn't enjoy my own success. I couldn't be in a relationship and not feel like it was a lie. Like maybe they'll see who I really am and run. I'd start something new and then suddenly feel like a fraud. Or I'd pull away from people, convinced they'd reject me. I could easily get anxious over anything I was doing, whether a big task or small. Is it perfect? Is it good enough? Am I good enough? The trauma left its fingerprints everywhere. It gave me PTSD, flashbacks, depression, anxiety, shame, nightmares, trust issues. I was always looking over my shoulder emotionally. Even when I was physically safe, I didn't believe good things could last. I didn't trust anyone to really see me and stay. It wasn't until I got intentional about healing that I realized how deep it went. One of the first things I was guided to do was write down the memories, even the blurry ones. Just get them out of my body and onto paper. This wasn't about fixing anything instantly. It was about acknowledging what happened. Sometimes, I'd look at a single line I wrote, something like this. I felt like I wasn't safe in that room. And I'd cry, or freeze, or feel so numb I questioned if it was even real. But slowly, I started seeing a pattern. That little version of me was just trying to survive. And in writing it down, I started giving them a voice, a name, a story. I started telling myself, that happened, it mattered, and it still affects me, but it doesn't define me. Sometimes, I am encouraged to go back to the place where it all happened, and make new memories, but I have never had the balls. And through it all, one thing that has been constant, God has been my anchor. When the pain felt unbearable, when I didn't know who I was without the trauma, I turned to Him. Not always perfectly, but constantly. Sometimes I'd lose my way, question Him, be angry at Him, but He still loved me. There were nights I cried out in prayer, barely able to form the words, but in the stillness, I felt comfort, peace, a reminder that I wasn't walking through this healing alone. And that's my story. Even the broken parts could still be part of something beautiful. Let me be honest, this isn't a snap your fingers kind of healing. It's not like I wrote it down and felt free. Some days, the past still whispers, but now I know what to do with it and the scars it left. Because let's be honest, some traumas you just never heal. Yes, you can get past them, but most importantly, you have to learn how to live with them without them limiting you. And more importantly, I can actually enjoy other parts of my life now. I can breathe. I can laugh without the guilt. I can show up imperfect but perfect, because I'm not carrying everything in silence anymore. If you've been having these random flashbacks, if you've been feeling stuck in the past, even while trying so hard to move forward, please know you're not broken. You're just holding pain that was never fully processed. Writing helped me, naming it helped me, and giving myself permission to take it slow helped more than anything. So take your time. You are not late to healing. You're just right on time. Let's talk in the comment section. You don't have to give me details about the memory fragments or flashbacks you experienced, but just saying me too might help someone else feel less alone. If this helped or felt like your story too, consider subscribing. Let's build this community, a community that is safe. You can share it as well if you feel like you need someone to talk to. Let's support one another, be there for each other, because this is a journey. No one has arrived. We are all in a journey. Diaries of an Avoidant is my safe space, and maybe it can be yours too. Thank you for watching this video. I'll definitely see you on the next one. Bye bye.